You are now watching The Lone Blown. Blown! Use code The Lone Blown to save when you're registering for Hyperlux events. It will save you on your registration, and there's some large prizes. Be sure to check it out. Yo, what's poppin' YouTube? You've made it back here at The Lone Blown. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today we're going to be going over Centiskorch VMAX. And this type of deck, especially any deck that holds Welder, I hold it near and dear to my heart. If you don't know who I am by now, I've been playing Fire type, Welder type decks since the beginning. Won a regional championships with Volcanion Fire type Pokemon, won a special event, top 8 in Eternatus, made finals at another Eternatus with another Welder deck. I mean, I know what I'm doing with Welder decks. So when I saw Centiskorch VMAX, my jaw was dropping. Will it live up to the hype? That's a big question. So Centiskorch VMAX sitting tall at 320 HP, 2 energy attack, 40 plus 40 for each fire energy attached to this Pokemon. And at the end you get a bonus energy from your discard pile if you like. The thing that I like about this is it's a large Pokemon, meaning it's likely not getting one shot. It has a lot of potential for scalable damage. It can do semi-infinite damage, meaning we're not capped like Charizard VMAX doing not enough to knock out an Eternatus VMAX. We can scale this to knock out whatever we're looking to knock out. Beyond that, I think it adds some layers of depth, just depending on like how many energies you need in play. And its Centiskorch V has a very interesting radiating heat attack that you could discard energy from your opponent's Pokemon. Considering decks like Dragapult VMAX, Eternatus VMAX, Zacian ADP all function off of attaching an energy and really don't have that much acceleration, this Centiskorch V could really put a stick in the wheels of their plan. So what else do we play in a deck like this? How does it generally work? Well, like any Welder deck, we want to use Welder to attach as many fire energies as possible, draw some cards, and build up attackers. And that's really not going to change here. We want to go second with this deck, use Volcanion, preferably to use Flare Starter. We can attach a bunch of fire energies if we go second. Remember, if we go second, second, please, I'm trying to drill it into your head as much as I'm trying to drill it into mine. The bonus of going second is you could also Welder on your first turn as well. So you can get a huge turn going second with Welder, Volcanion, getting out Centiskorch V, and just getting a bunch of energies in play. We have Heatran-GX because Centiskorch VMAX can already build energy into play. Eldegoss to get back those so-called Welders. We have the Chonk Dedenne from the trainer toolkits that we can use to just kind of get set up that's not supporter based. And then we play Jirachis. I know a lot of peeps are not playing Jirachi. Out of my experience playing Welder decks, Jirachi is a very good card to have in your deck because you need to search for Welder, and Welder decks need Welder to work. Since we still have a skateboard in our format, I think we should give Jirachi one last hurrah. I mean, Jirachi itself is not rotating, but a skateboard, the card that allows it to retreat while it's asleep, is still in the format. So let's, like I said, give it one last hurrah. In order to find Welder, we also have Pokegear 3.0. I wanted 4 copies so this deck could be as consistent as possible. I mean, the way that Atlas POG Day 1 is set up, it's best of 1, and you want your deck to be consistent. A rough start can mean a loss. And once you get 4 losses, I believe you're automatically dropped from the tournament and cannot continue. Pokemon Communication allows us to search out our fire type Pokemon. I mean, you could search out any type of Pokemon. I guess it means we could search out our Evolution VMAX Pokemon and our basic Pokemon. Quick Ball just to search out whatever we want. 4 copies to switch because we got Jirachi, we want to switch around. Giant Hearth allows us to get the fire energies to work well with our Welder. Heat Factory allows us to draw some cards, making this deck a little bit more consistent. We got the Spooky Wondrous Lab, and I'm sure you probably clicked on this vid, and hopefully you did click on this vid because of the Wondrous Lab. Our non-fairy Pokemon attacks cost colorless more. So you might be like, yo, Zach, you're absolutely on Mars with this deck. This is not a fairy type deck. Centiskorch VMAX only takes 2 energies, but this big centipede Pokemon is going to have a bunch of energies with Gmax Centiferno. You can automatically get 3 energies with Welder by attaching 2 with the Welder, 1 for your turn. So that already allows us to get through the Wondrous Lab. We could just stick a Wondrous Lab and just stop. Our opponent might just be like, cool, we can't do anything. So between Wondrous Lab, discarding their energies, it adds another layer of depth into this deck. Got a couple of copies of boss orders so we could bring up what we want. This deck isn't necessarily as reliant on Welder as other decks because it does have the very low 2 energy attack cost. Same thing, couple copies of Professor's Research. If things start getting a little bit rough, we can always just pitch our hand and use Research. 4 copies of Welder because we do Welder things. A skateboard for those Jirachis. Additionally, if your opponent uses Dedenne-GX or Raichu and Alolan Raichu GX to make your active Pokemon asleep, or I know Mareep is out there in the Sleepy Slug variant or Sleepy Vikavolt variants, a skateboard does allow you to get out of the active spot. So just think of moments where your Pokemon are asleep or paralyzed. And then we have 13 Fire Energies. I don't play any Heat Fire Energy. I used to in other variants of this deck. I just want to make sure that we're always able to Welder. In the same way that Baby Blacephalon doesn't really play Beast Energy Prism Star, is the same way that this deck's probably not going to be playing Heat Fire Energy. So overall, this list absolutely screams consistency. So let's play a couple games on the ladder with it. That being said, be sure to subscribe to the channel for more Pokemon action. I've been doing everything that I possibly can to grow this channel all by myself. I mean, I have the support of many friends and family, but when it comes down to it, at this current time, my channel is not monetized, so I'm doing this all out of the goodness out of my heart, putting out at least 10 videos a week. And I mean, I work tirelessly to provide the best content possible, so I'd appreciate it if you could show some appreciation. If you've ever liked any content that I've made, just toss a subscribe. And then just really watching this video would mean the world to me. That being said, let's jump into the next portion, see what we got going on with this Centiskorch deck on the ladder. Okay, so we got our opponent here calling the flip. Ooh, we won the flip. We don't want to go first though because we are playing Centiskorch. We do want to go second with this deck. And don't get that confused, that is not a basic Pokemon. Okay, let's shuffle this back in there. Yeah, we have Jirachi and we have Volcanion. That's not bad. We'll see what we get off Stellar Wish. We could always switch out of it. Eternatus. I still just want to steal their energy instead of going for Volcanion. That'd be too good. So, they're going to get set up. They're going to do their thing. We do have that as a potential option. Oh. Why? See what Stellar Wish brings. I could totally do it, though. That's the issue. Yeah, let's go for it. Let's switch. Yeah, I'm just gonna toss that hand away. We could always get an Eldegoss if we need one. It's crazy that we got the boss's order. And, or sorry, that we got the Welders and no Fire Energies. No. Are they just gonna... Are they gonna retreat into something? I'm so confused. Marnie's great for us. I'll gladly take the Marnie. Wow. Maybe they'll just leave their Eternatus in the active as well. I don't know why they keep on focusing after the Jirachi. Like, they could have done a lot of cool things with those scoop up nets, I think. No way. I should have, I totally misplayed there. I should have totally just used I don't know why I wasn't thinking about it. I was thinking about getting a Professor's Research. Here I am locking out my resources. I mean, my opponent's not necessarily... They sacrificed 2 energies 2 turns in a row. But here I am sacrificing my draw. So I'm not really one to talk here. I don't know what they're going to do here. Oh, they're attaching an energy to the benched one. Okay. That makes sense. So this, regardless, it shows that you could use Radiating Heat against Eternatus. Your opponent might not fully expect it. Like, they're going after our Jirachi when I think that the Scoop Up Net Zigzagoons are to make sure that you get the one-shots. We're just chilling right now. Yep. We'll see if we are punished here. This is not really my proudest turn. I'll put it like that. Gotta go to Dedenne-GX and pitch all of this. I might as well put that down too. Yikes. How many energies do we have in our discard pile? We did not get the switch or anything like that, which makes it really awkward. But whatever, let's just start building up energies. I'm gonna go here ahead and pass. So, running a little low on energies. I think we have about 5 left overall. You can see that our opponent's relatively set up here. And there's a Black Market Prism Star. Luckily, we haven't played any of our Giant Hearths yet. Discard a Pokemon tool or special energy cards from one of your Pokemon. Did I have a tool card? I think they're just wasting cards out of their hand, I guess. It's a really confusing game overall. Let's go ahead and Stellar Wish while we have the opportunity. Let's go Wondrous Lab. I'm at a point here where, like, I think we could just, we're gonna use the Professor's Research. I'm gonna grab this out, grab out another Centiskorch VMAX. And we're gonna focus on the 2 Eternatus VMAXs this game. So we're gonna discard that. We don't really need Volcanion. We're not gonna really need a Jirachi. I'm not too worried about decking out here. We have 17 cards left in the deck, so we should be good. We just need to get out of the active spot. For show, for show. Okay, so let's attack into their active. So Gmax sent Inferno. I know we wouldn't get the one-shots. We could have brought them to 240. It wouldn't have mattered. We'll see what they get out of their hand now. So even after I made it questionable not using a welder to leave myself without cards, let's see what we could do. We don't have to worry about our opponent's Black Market Prism Star. Yeah, they're gonna sacrifice 3 prize cards. And this is really the moment that I just want to... I'm kind of big chilling here. The damage really creeps up So we're doing 280 next turn. If we get a Welder, we win the game. I actually don't see any way that we could lose the game. Our opponent still might not even have the energies to attack with Dread Ends. They haven't attached an energy for a minute. Maybe they'll knock out this Jirachi. What are they just... They can't discard the Wondrous Lab. If they discard the Jirachi, I think we can actually just steal the game. And we know that they don't have an energy unless they drew it out of the prize cards. That's the biggest issue. Give them the Heartbreak, because that is heartbreaking. Honestly, here, at this point, we can't lose. So 320, 360, they can't one-shot us as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, and they realize that, so we steal that game. So our opponent's calling the coin flip, and we lost the flip. We'll see if they decide to go first. Okay, they're letting us go first. I mean, this hand is a gigantic yikes. That's what we gotta deal with sometimes, just like inconsistencies. It's not that bad. We can always switch Stellar Wish, see what's poppin'. Pokegear seems okay here. Okay, I'm gonna attach my energy, put on the escape board, and see exactly what's up. No Centiskorch V for us, but that doesn't necessarily mean if they just go Crobat Pass that we can't win with Hot Burn GX. Looks like they might be playing Zacian ADP, which I think it's better to go first with that deck overall. But maybe they're playing something different, I'm not entirely sure. Okay, there's their water energy. And there's their research. They play Titanizer, which is cute. Air Balloon, Viridian. Looks like they have a lot of stuff going on here. Will they be able to get their Metal Saucer, Turbo Patch, Energy Switch this turn? That's the big question. Played a lot of stuff down. Like, they have 5 energies in their discard pile. So we'll see if they're able to get it. I mean, it seems like they've gone through enough of their deck where they should be able to get it. There's the Metal Saucer. Cool. Yeah. So, I mean, our opponent has kind of a ridiculous start. That's what ADPization can do in this format. They're going for the turn 1 Altered. Not really much else we could do beyond just, like, Professor's Research this away. Right? Like, I don't see it. Unless we get a Welder, of course. If we get Welder, I'll attack. If we don't, we don't. I can still always go Heat Factory. It looks like we're attacking this turn. We really need a Centiskorch V down. It's not terrible. Now, our opponent shouldn't be able to knock us out. We should be able to go 130, 180 with Steaming Stomp, Hopper, and GX. So, I mean, things reasonably are not bad. I think we actually, as long as our opponent doesn't pop off here, which I don't think their 3-card hand will allow them to pop off, I think they're just going to go for all... Yeah. I think we might be able to win this game, even with our opponent's crazy start. If we can get a Centiskorch VMAX out, I think we're good. Oh, they're running out of energies. That's the issue. Okay, so I'm going to go Quick Ball. I'm going to discard a Dedenne. I can't put a Dedenne down because that gives our opponent a win con. Jirachi's a card that I don't need. Or maybe I need. Pokemon Communication is definitely a big up here. Let's grab the Centiskorch VMAX and let's get this powered up. Because our opponent can't knock that out as far as I'm concerned. Let's switch into this Jirachi because we still have the access to retreat. Yep. And let's go research because we could get the knockout with the Heatran. I mean, so far so good. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's quick ball this away. There's only so much we can do here. Okay, we don't want the extra energy. We just want to go Hot Burn. That gets us our 280 for the knockout, and we're up 3 prize cards. Now, one thing that's cool about Zacian ADP, they don't typically play reset stamps, so we should be okay here. We also have the Juicy Wondrous Lab. So depending if we're able to get into some energies, we might have the sauce. I don't think our opponents played a reset stamp. Like, I think they're just going to attack us with Zacian. And as long as we don't put other Pokemon down, I don't think our opponent can win this game. If they play Zigzagoon, yeah, I think they can win. But I truly believe they're going to knock us out for 10 damage by using Brave Blade and then put themselves in a really rough position. Exactly. You can't make this stuff up. So we'll send up the Jirachi. Oh, we did get the Fire Energy. So the Fire Energy does get us the knockouts. I want to get the Wondrous Lab out if that's cool. Let's see what Pokegear gets us. There's a boss. That wouldn't be bad. We don't have Welder. We need to find Welder is basically what we need to do. Because if we want to have any, like, a better chance of winning this game, we want to use Welder onto the Centiskorch, get another energy off the top 3 cards, which we didn't get. That's fine. It's totally fine. It just means that we're going to go Giant Hearth here instead. And we're going to go Giant Hearth, discarding Centiskorch V, I guess. Yeah. It doesn't matter at this point, because our opponent can realistically just play Mawile and win the game. And that's the reason why a lot of these Zacian ADP decks are playing Mawile. They can look into our hands, yeet something out. I tried to take as many things as I could away, but our opponent's going to concede there because we're stealing that game too. So as you saw in those games that we played, Centiskorch VMAX absolutely dominated. We were able to beat the Eternatus VMAX deck by using Centiskorch V's Radiating Heat. I know, I misplayed. My hands are up. Don't call the police on me. Radiating Heat, we absolutely bodied the Eternatus because our opponent just left their Eternatus in the active with an energy and actually did it again. I know, again, Welder would have been really nice in that matchup, but sometimes you get lost in a thought. In the other game we played against Zacian ADP, and we were able to kind of control the game by not playing down any 2 prize card Pokemon besides Heatran-GX, because our opponent cannot knock out this beefy 320 HP poke. So overall, we have a solid Welder-based deck heading into the Atlas POG. I can't help but say that this is probably one of the decks that excites me the most. Now, if you caught some of my streams, it's one of those things where I might be like, Welder decks are inconsistent, and that's true. Welder decks might be inconsistent. Does that mean that this deck is inconsistent? Does that mean... I mean, there's not enough time to test for this format. The Atlas POG event is largely a singleton event. We had the PokeX event the week before in the Ultra Prism, the Darkness Ablaze format. We had the Sunday Open, and then we're going to have the Atlas POG. That's it. As far as I'm concerned for events, that's absolutely it. What we had in that format. So that leaves us with a largely unsolved format that has so many different sets in it. Will we see Centiskorch VMAX do well after rotation? I think it actually gets better because this deck, it's not really losing anything. I'm looking at the list and we just cut the Jirachi engine out of the deck, and I think that's all it really loses. So stay tuned for more content here at the Lone Blound. Thank you so much for watching, and remember to subscribe to get notifications when I drop some new content. Have yourself a great one. Peace out. Really hope that you enjoyed watching that video. I totally enjoyed making it. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like the video, share the video with everyone that you know, and subscribe to the channel as well. Totally appreciate all the support. We got a lot of cool things happening on the channel, so stay tuned for more. Be sure to check out the social links in the description. Thanks, and have yourself a great one.